Okay, so now we're going to talk about anterior shoulder pain and pressure, especially with lifting. This is a very common injury, a very common discomfort. So let's talk a little bit about anatomy first. So in the very front of the shoulder, this is usually the most common spot for shoulder pain. The mechanics of lifting, we're either doing bicep curls, and this is where our bicep, oh, that's my birthmark, sorry. So the bicep, it inserts here and attaches up here, okay? So right in this little nook right here, there's a little crevice just like this, and that bicep comes and attaches just like that. Then over the top of that is your pec muscle, okay? Both of them insert in the exact same location. So most of us have very, very tight pecs, which brings our shoulders forward. This comes with working at the computer, doing things with kids, doing everything out in front of us and our heads down all day long. Makes really, really tight pecs and stretched out backs. So this insertion point is already cranky with us already flexing it, and then we go and do exercise, doing chest press, anything in this nature that's stretching that out. So the number one thing that I always recommend is doing tons of pec stretching, but also kind of toning down some of the weight. If we need to tone down some of the weight on doing a bicep curl, we can do that also. Maybe doing some things that are lower weight, just until that inflammation and pain goes down in that area. But the number one thing, and you'll really start to notice a difference, is doing a lot of pec stretching. I know it doesn't seem like a shoulder, but that pec attaches to the sternum and comes over into that humerus here. So ways that you can stretch the pecs is in a door frame. I'm going to use the wall here, but in a door frame, you can grab onto that door frame with your arms straight out and lean forward, okay? Lean through that door frame. You're going to feel a really good stretch here in the front, and I feel that even down into my armpit a little bit. Then after you do that, and you're going to hold that one for about 15-20 seconds, kind of see if that kind of calms down for you. Then you're going to stay in that door frame, and you're going to come up to a 90-degree angle, and you're going to lean forward. This is a much deeper stretch. I feel that really deep into my armpit, and I feel that all the way through the front of my shoulder. Hold that one for about 15-20 seconds. And then you're going to come all the way up into the door frame with your fingers straight up and your arm as straight up as you can, and stretch that forward. This one might kind of elicit some of that shoulder pain because you're kind of pinching it off there a little bit, but you're going to stay in this position, lean forward, getting the best stretch that you can doing that. Then with the bicep, something that you can just be doing, working around the house, you're just resting, watching Netflix, you can do a cross friction massage. So you'll feel it, it's a bumpy little spot and it kind of clicks and moves, but you can just cross friction over the top of that, but you can also pin it and stretch it. So pin that and stretch that bicep. You can stretch the bicep this way, but you can also stretch the pec going out this way. Number one thing, ice. Always ice when you're done. It's going to help knock out some of that inflammation and help that anterior shoulder feel better, especially after doing things where we're really stretching that pec and really using that bicep. So most of the time in this position, in this situation, it's an overuse. So a bicipital tendonitis usually would be the diagnosis, especially if we're along the same page where that shoulder pain is. So low cross friction, do some ice, and lots of stretching. And just try not to overstretch that area. Try to give it some time to rest. Sometimes rest is the best medicine. So let me know if I can help you, and I hope that answers your question.